So here the weekly review. We are in Friday, it didn't stop trading. So as we said in the weekly outlook, we trade to this weekly fair value gap, and from here we reverse. Okay, so we traded here. This is 1 day. Okay, this is 1 hour time frame. So let's separate the days. There you go. Okay, so where is the path? Okay, in the weekly outlook we said we're gonna do this, trade here and trade here. Okay, let's make it right. So you don't need to be 100% right, okay, because you can, this is trading and this is uncertainty, so we are dealing with something uncertain. So that's why we are marking these levels, and when we trade to one of these levels and have a profit, we stop trading. Okay, I don't know if you get it or not. If you took a trade here based on this buy side of the curve and have TP in Monday and Tuesday, and you have TP, let's say you have a loss on Wednesday and you have TP on Thursday, you won't hold your trade to this point. So you have 2R, 2R, -1 plus 2R. So this is 6 -1, this is 5R. So this is 5%. So you don't chase perfection. And this is what happened here. Like, boom. You see that time after lunch session. A huge reversal because of trap decisions. So we traded to this. I recommend you to watch the previous videos to know what I'm talking about, because this is a whole masterclass mentorship that will lead you to be profitable. So let's dive in. So here in Monday, okay, where is the midnight open? We opened low, okay. To go lower, we need to go higher first. Okay, to create a bearish candle, we need to create the higher wick. Okay, so in here we have the change in state of delivery here. Okay, and this candle here, let's zoom in. This candle here, this is a rejection candle in the 1 hour. Okay, and this is the change in state of delivery in the 1 hour. Okay, so you can have a trade, position yourself from here to here, to this fair value gap. So this is the area where you look for continuation trades. So if you got here without going to a lower time frame and put your stop here, you can have easy 2R. This is without any entry rule, or never. You never studied trading, okay? You have an idea. We're going to trade here first to reverse. So how we confirm we are going to trade in here up to this fair value gap? We have a rejection candle, change in state of delivery. When it closes, we go entry, put our stop here, okay, because this is a higher time frame. If we are in a lower time frame, put your stop here. So this is easy 2R, and you can position yourself here, as I said, and you can position yourself here, and we're gonna go in this area later and see what we're gonna do. Okay, so we are now in Tuesday. We have this target still open, okay, and we are trading down here. Okay, when we go to our charts, what we're gonna see, we see this is liquidity sweep, okay, in Asia session, and we have this change in state of delivery in Asia session. This is what we see because we wake up at 1 a.m. This is the time I wake up in, and we have the analysis at night. So we do the analysis here, we wake up here and see this. Okay, let's make it green. So you see that Asia session traded, created a reversal. Here we have expansion retracements. We are here out of the retracements. We confirm with this changing state of delivery. We retrace again here for the fair value gap and have this massive candle at midnight open. Okay, so here we're gonna have a retracement. Okay, this trade where I took a loss, and I mentioned it on my Instagram, then I went in again and I took TP. I will show you how I took a loss here and how I took TP here, how I have the entry here. That's the reason why I took two trades. The truth, I took 3 trades, and one here was reckless, okay, without confirmation. So that's a mistake I did. We all do mistakes, but with time you won't do these mistakes every day. You know what you are doing, okay? So I was waiting for here to close, okay? Let's be here. So if we are going to close here below this low to have changing state of delivery and SMT and trade lower, we would have a massive candle trading lower, and we didn't. We had the opposite. So I will show you how to take a trade here. And here you have the TP here, of course, at this high, or the fair value gap. And here, this is Wednesday. This is where I took a trade before CPI, and it went like south. Okay, we traded like this is accumulation here, and this is manipulation in London. We created a reversal, so I took a trade in this reversal. I was targeting these lows. Okay, these lows I was targeting, so I should have closed the trade here. Okay, that's why I tell you guys, just take 2R. When you are consistent in profits and experience in the market, you can take 3R, and you don't ever take above 3R. Here I was in 4R plus or 5. This is what I entered. Let's see, maybe it was 5.5 or so. I entered like here. That was 5.6. We will see the trade. So if I got out just here in this order block here, I will take 3R. I would be so positive in the week. So we will see what happened here. And I don't know if I took a trade here, maybe because this was like too easy to trade. Maybe I took a trade here. We will review my trades, okay? So I took trade here because we created SMT with GBP/USD. So GBP/USD trade that took this high off Wednesday with Tuesday and reversed, okay? And here we have the clear trades. So this is a clear bias. We're going to continue lower. So this is the nearest target in this one. You don't trade to this and this, because you will have a great ratio to reward when you trade to this and this. So we opened, we went high, we wait to manipulate these highs here. We didn't. I will tell you why we didn't. Okay, let's make it this blue, not blue. We'll make it like this one. Yeah, blue, light blue. I will tell you why we didn't manipulate these. So I was waiting just to open, continue lower. Okay, and I didn't take a trade here. Okay, because we have this fair value gap. So I was so cautious. I was just waiting for something like to happen. Okay, so this is 2 a.m. I was waiting for 3 a.m. and I didn't take a trade here or here. So I waited for a full confirmation, and I took a trade here, and I put my stop here. We had news, okay, and I was targeting this low. So I will show you the mistake I did. Okay, here I could have taken this 2R. That was so great. Okay, but I targeted this as these lows are just few pips, and we have news, and I surely know there is nowhere to go but these lows. Okay, so the thing that I did, I'm going to show you this where I got the things that I did when the candle this opened, went high, took this high, traded lower, and traded higher. Okay, when this candle traded here, okay, generally we have news. Okay, so the next candle will just like trade here, and the next candle will open and trade here. From here we might get a reversal like this. Okay, that's why in general cases these things happen, and it happened in the DXY. Okay, so just traded straight to TP, straight to the last week high. Okay, and this is the last week low, and didn't trade to it, this candle. And the DXY traded to the final target, and the EURUSD didn't. Okay, so in this retracement I got stopped. Okay, and I went back in this candle, of course, with a confirmation. So let's dive in, and before we dive into entries and things like that, in the extra how I did take trades, we will go to the XY and see what happened. So in this week it was so profitable if I didn't took a break even here, because was the major great trade in the week. Like, it's 5%, bro. So who the fuck gives you 5% in such a day like this, in a week? Because I usually take 2 hours in a day, so I trade 3 days. So maybe I lost in a day and take like 3%, 5% per week. And this is like, we have 2%, 2%, 2%, -1. So this is 3%, 5%, 8, and 2, it's 10% in a week. This is a great week. But at the end, I took like maybe 2% and 2%, 4, and this, I use this profit in this. So here it's 1%. So it's 2, 2, 4, 5. I took like 5%. And this is not good. Like, it is good, okay? But when you see these like stupid things you did, okay, because you were not focused, because here I was like, just, if I took, like, I was going to close my position, to be honest. But when you see this close, and you just move your stop loss here, and you just get swept like this, that's like, I don't care. But if I was a beginner, I would just lose my mind and chase this trade here. I won't wait for all of this. So I don't want this to happen to you. Just take 3% to 2%. I would go for 2%. 2R changed my life. Okay, it literally changed my life in trading. Just use a 50%, 50 fuck. Use 15 minutes time frame and 2% in reward and 1% in risk, and you will be so profitable. Trust me. Just trust me. If you want to take a trade a week, you just need to use the hourly time frame. Bro, you could, like, here you can use the 30 minutes because this is the changing state of delivery. So let's say you took a trade here in the hourly time frame. You have 2R. If you just put your stop in the body, you will have 2R here. Here. And this is the, you wait for this to close below. You maybe take a trade, put your stop here. You have 2R. So this is high time frame trades, just basic, okay? Just basic. Just do them. Do this, what I'm showing you. You just have this, okay? Target 2R, and you have 2R. You maybe took a loss here, or I don't know. Because we have an objective here, okay? We have this objective here. Or you could have just take this trade here. And put your stop here, below this fair value gap. It is the same. And this is easy to R here, okay? So, let's go to the DXY. This is the hourly time frame. So, this is the weekly changing state of delivery in Tuesday. So, here we reverse. This is accumulation, okay? And this is the 50% of that range. And we have this high and the previous week high, okay? So, let's take this. So when you trade EURUSD, you put your eyes on the DXY, because sometimes shit happen, okay? You see this is the final target. We traded above it. This is the final target. We didn't even reach to trade to it. So when you see this final target reached in the DXY, and we didn't reach this in the EURUSD, just get the fuck out, okay? Just close the trade. You don't even think, even if you are in a loss. Trust me, just do it. Because that the SMT creation. I gave you a massive tip, so use it in your life. Remove this crap. So, why I put my stop to break even here? Because I usually don't put my stop into break even, okay? Because in the DXY, we had this fair value gap in the 15 minutes open. So I said, maybe in the news we manipulate to it just like this wicket and trade above, okay? And this is the confirmation I waited in the DXY to trade here. And this is the confirmation I was waiting, okay? Because here in the DXY, we are just like this. So we closed, okay? I wait to trade this, and we traded this reaction, okay? I wanted to trade in this candle because we have rejection. The next candle will be so easy to open, just go low directly. I didn't want to, okay? Because I needed like extra confirmation. I don't want to just waste a trading day in high probability because of being reckless, okay? So I wait to get this here, And this is the fucking shit that happened. Open, took the previous week high, and close it. And you're gonna see this would be a rejection. And in my mind, we had room to reach this rejection candle, at least in USD. So we need a confirmation here to enter trade lower. And here, I had a confirmation to trade higher. After I took TP, I don't give a shit what's gonna happen next. And Trump, I don't know what he did. Boom. That's what happened. So let's dive in the lower time frame. That's the 15. Okay, that would be a longer video than I thought. Okay. We are here in Monday, okay. You see this? This is the creation of that candle rejection, okay? You see it? Let's make it this big, okay? And this red. The candle of 5 opened, okay? Traded lower, traded high, rejected this high at the open of it, and traded higher to it. Okay, I could have taken entry here, but no, I waited for this inversion fair value gap to trade to, trade this, and here I took a trade. That was my stop, of course, and the target was 2R. Okay, 2R or 1.9 maybe it was what, yeah, 1.9. I didn't hold the trade here because of course we don't reach it till Tuesday. It's obviously we create a high to take it in the next day. We won't do everything in a single day. So let's just put this right here as it was. And in this trade, I got in here. And that was my TP 2.6. You see this how high probability 2R is? If you just take 2R here, you would just be done in like 1-2 candles or 15 minutes. Like half an hour. And when you wait for extra like 2.3 to 2, like 0.5 hour, you get this stupid shit happen. Because this is the market. Shitty things happen, okay? It's not perfect and you don't know what's gonna happen. You just act based on mathematical ways. And I'm telling you, take 2R trades. So you don't do things like me, because I take 2R trade 80% of the time. Here I was chasing just like this here, and I get stopped, but I got my trade back toward this target, okay? I can do it anytime. I can take a loss here and take it back in the profit here. And if I lose like 7 trade, I can take them back in 1 trade or 5 hour. I can do this, and you can't. And I'm telling you that I can do it every single day, but I can do it. I know what the day is going to be in terms of probabilities. If it's high probability, I will take an entry with 5R and get my money back of the weeks that I took loss in it. So don't do this. Just take 2R trades in 15 minutes time frame and be content. Okay, like I took a trade here, you see that I took 1.9 here to this high, just a little bit above, and I was content about it. I could have took a trade of 3R because we had targets here. Okay, we had this target, and it is obvious to trade to it, but I didn't go to that target. I know we have targets above this high, and in this fair value gap we have a reversing target that we might reverse from. Of 80% of probabilities we're gonna reverse from this high, and I didn't take a trade here with 3.2 because we are in Monday. So I took 1.9 here, and I was so happy. Here I risked it because it looks so great, like reversal, continuation, retracement, continuation. Okay, but things happen, you don't know. Look how we were close to this, and we got manipulated to these lows. And in GBPUSD we took the high. You could have said like we have SMT and you trade below. I said that in my video. If my bias was bearish in this day, I would just take an entry here. Okay, and I have 3%, but my bias was bullish, so I respect myself and I respect my idea. So if you got stopped here, okay, and you have this sweeping of liquidity, when you confirm you will confirm here. We have this massive candle. So you enter here and put your stop loss here, below this low of this candle, okay? And you have 1.5. And you see here this room, you will see if you have 2R in between, not to this high. We don't chase perfection, okay? In between. So you here, you have 2.00R. You target this and you be content, okay? I will show you the trade in 5 minutes, okay? So this is the second trade of the week. You don't take trades. Okay? You have like a massive candles going up. You don't trade against this, okay? Trust me, you just wait for changing state of delivery. And you don't do it in the weekly, in the 15 minutes. Okay, because you might say, okay, I take trade here and I target this low. This is 4% and we take the TP here. Yeah, you can do this. This is the one shot, one kill, okay? You don't do it in the 30 minutes, in the 15 minutes. You do it in the 1 hour change in state of delivery. And when we have this, we are in high probability, of course. When we have these candles going higher like this, you just can't spot the changing state of delivery within 1 hour, because this is like hourly candles and you wait for them to close below and you will take a trade here, okay? And this is too many pips of stop loss. So I will show you how to do it in 30 minutes, and you don't do it in the 30 minutes till you don't have a confirmation. Like your confirmation is too big in the 1 hour time frame. So this swing trades for the people who work in a job and want to take trade, just 1 trade per day. So I took the trade here in the 15 minutes, in the 5 minutes. So I had this fair value gap. You see when fair value gaps work, when you blend it with time and bias. So don't go to YouTube and search for fair value gaps, because no idea will work without a bias and the logic behind it, okay? So this is accumulation or consolidation, okay? This high, this low, this high, and this low here. Okay. We open, traded lower, traded high, okay? We traded lower, and I don't take trades after before CPI in this time, like 2 to 3. I usually notice that if we going to form a high in London session, we're going to form it after 5 a.m. So at 6 a.m., maybe 6:30, 7 a.m. New York session, New York time, we can form a reversal. So we don't form a reversal in this time. That's the concept. And in here, I don't take this as a change in state of delivery. Since we have these 2 fair value gaps, I would take all of this as a change in state of delivery. Okay, we make it green to see. Let's make it like red to see in the 30 minutes time frame how it looks like in the hourly, to avoid getting stopped. So we took this high, okay, we traded. So once we took this high, this will become our change in state of delivery. So if we close below this low, this open of this candle, if we close here, I would took trade here, I put my stop here, okay? So this is the time when you can see a reversal, okay? And for myself, even if I took an entry here, I would put my mind, I would get stopped, because this is not a rejection and a reversal that we are waiting for. This is 1 candle, just massive. And when we close below it, we close with 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, maybe 5. So it's not that strong reversal. So we wait, we take this high, and we have this change in state of delivery. And here we are blending it with time. This is the first disrespected candle here, and we disrespected this fair value gap and this order block. So we traded here, and you can't take an entry here because this is too much for a TP here. This is too many room for stop loss. So we take this in the 5 minutes. You can avoid taking it, okay? Because I got stops in this, because I moved my stop here. I was literally trading here. I missed to get out, because when we took this low, I was waiting for this low here to be taken. My TP went from this low here to this low, okay? Look, when I saw this rejection, I know we're gonna trade lower, okay? So I put my stop here, my TP here, okay? Because I won't risk it for this amount. And as you see here, what happened, that, look, this small amount didn't like fail me in TP. So things happen, okay. And I took a trade here. Every trade I took this week is posted on my Instagram. And here we didn't like manipulated this. So I will show you something, okay. We opened, went high, traded lower, okay. This is a delayed protraction from me. So in the delayed protraction, you take trade from 2 to 3. This is the room of trades, okay. From 2, 2.5, okay. I trust it from 2.5 to 3. And if you don't have this massive candle, okay, trade at 3 like this high is protected. I don't know how to make you understand that, but ICT did that great, and I understand that with experience. So if we're not going to manipulate this high because we traded to a 4-hour order block here, we're going to wait for a high to be created and to get manipulated, okay. So we have this fair value gap here, and we have this one. So we took the high here, and we have news, okay. So what you wait for the 15 minutes to close. This is the change in state of delivery in the 15 minutes. This is the short you're gonna take, and this is where you're gonna put your stop loss. And this is 2R. Isn't it beautiful? I just literally showing you how to take easy trades. This is 2.12, so this is 2. This is the exact 2. Smash it. Where the retracement happened and I got stopped in break even, you would have taken TP here, just with free knowledge that I'm giving you. So this is the trade I took. This is where I put my stop loss, in this candle high, okay, because this is a fair value gap, this is a fair value gap, this is a high, and this is 2R that I was going for. This is 2R, and this is the low that I was aiming for. If I didn't move my stop to break even, I would have ended up in the TP here with 2.6. But when this candle traded, you see this here, this is 8, this is 8, 15, I put my stop loss here. I put my stop loss from here to here, okay, because this candle should open and trade lower than this candle and go to here, as I explained. So I got stopped and I took a trade here, okay, and I targeted maybe this low. So this is the trade that I took. So we're gonna go to this trade, 5 minutes, and see the other trade. Where is it? Yeah, I took this one maybe. Yeah, this one. You can see it on my, yeah, this one. Yeah. This is the 2R I was targeting. This is the trade I took. And Wednesday, after I get stopped here in this candle. You see this? You would never believe that we can reverse from this. And the trade I took here in the 5 minutes. This is Wednesday. You can see the time below. So we have this candle close here. So that's the trade that I took. This is my target. I took that trade here. It was 5.6 because TP was here and I made it just a little bit lower. Yeah, my TP was here. Yeah, and I made it just here. So that was the TP. I shared the screenshots of this trade. So, and I put my stop loss in this candle high. Okay, this candle high after we traded to this massive candle. When this candle closed, I put my stop loss here. So we got all this retracement and took this low and reversed and got stopped in a profit, of course, 0.5% profit. Then I took this trade earlier in the day. And the trade I took here, maybe it was here. Yeah, that was the trade that I took. I shared a screenshot of that too. So this is the weekly review. And if you are asking about Friday, I don't give a shit about what happened in Friday. Wait a minute. Yeah. I thought this one is this one. Yeah. This is the trade I took here. Yeah. Not this one. Okay, sorry guys. Because we are in a lower time frame, I didn't know where the fuck I am. That's why I put the green box here to know. So this is the trade that I took here. Okay, yeah. That was yesterday. I took it in the 1 hour. Yeah, I took that in 3 minutes. That's the rejection candle. It was a bit risky, okay? Because we respected this order block here. And we have a bias, of course. So when this candle closed, it was too risky for me to take this trade. And I targeted this low, which is 2R here. So that's it. I hope you found that insightful. And I don't recommend you to go in a lower time frames, lower than 15 minutes. Yeah, I will show you how to take one shot, one kill in 30 minutes. So you just need for this to close below. Okay, we have these candles here. Okay, this is an opposing candle. This is a bullish candle. This is rejection. You might take this as changing state of delivery, but it is too risky. Okay, you just need to wait and have this one shot, one kill. It is just 2R. This is perfect 2R. Okay, and if you hold this, you have targets. Always put 3 targets, and you have this one here is a fair value gap. This is the maximum you can target. You have 2.6, you get out. And in your place, just when you take this one shot, one kill, always make your TP at 2R, because maybe you can reach that target in the same day. If you didn't reach it and the price started like consolidating here, you can extend it to 3R or lower targets, okay? Just like here we have 2R, and if we didn't have 2R in same day, you just put your TP in 2R, okay? You entered, put TP in 2R like this, and wait. When you go home and you find the price didn't reach the target, it's accumulating. So in the next day, we'll manipulate and take you to TP. So you extend that 2R to 3R, or the nearest target. The nearest target here is 2.7R. And you wait here and you have this TP. In normal cases, we take TP here, okay? But this is a lot of manipulation. So you might end in profit just like 2R, because here you will pay extra commission and you have the same profits, okay?